Hey, Nikki here, and in this video I'm going to give you a couple different tips that you can try to master the Pilates teaser if you struggle with it, so stay tuned. Okay, let's get into it. So I've got a couple props here. You might not have a formal box, but if you have something like a chair that you can put your feet on, that will work. The other thing I have is a resistance band. It doesn't really matter. You could use a TheraBand too. It'll all work the same, just the different levels of tension might affect how it feels in your body. And then I've got a couple small hand weights. These are 2 pounds. Soup cans will work. Weights that are a little bit lighter or a little bit heavier. I wouldn't go more than 3. May also work as well. So let me just sort of break down the teaser, and then I'm going to show you sort of a few different things you can try to build the strength up to be able to get to the more advanced or complicated version, knowing that there's absolutely no shame in needing a prop. Exercises are hard. This one is particularly weird and hard. When do you practice this in real life? You know what I mean? So if you're watching this, you already have an interest most likely in the Pilates teaser. This gets taught 101 ways. I'm going to just show one way as the big version, and then I will show you some ways to adjust it and set yourself up to be feel more successful in it. So I've seen this taught 100 ways in the 10 plus years I've been teaching this stuff, but it's usually something like your feet are on the ground or your feet are in the air. And then from here, the arms are by the sides, and then you sweep them up. You hold. You might do some fancy things with your arms or legs. I'm not going to do that today. And then you come back down, and maybe you let the head rest, or maybe you let the head and the feet rest. It just depends. So the first thing to keep in mind is your legs are heavy, and you might not have enough hamstring length to keep your knees straight like I did. I'm hypermobile. I have more range of motion than the average person. So first thing to keep in mind is, of course, you can bend your knees. The other thing that you can do is get a chair or a couch or something to put your legs on. Maybe your knees are straight, maybe your knees are bent. That's kind of personal preference. Feel it out. It's actually the same setup, but now the legs are supported, and you've got 2 choices. You can roll up, bending your knees as much as needed, hold. And then if you want, you can try floating the legs. Maybe they stay up, maybe they come down, and you come back down. So that's the first option, is feet completely supported the whole time. Second option is to, as you come up, float the feet. Again, the knees can be bent or extended. That really depends on you. And then again, you can float them down, and that may help you get into that position with a little more support. Second thing you can do, with or without the box, is add some hand weights. And then again, you can do this in the full version that I demoed with my legs out straight with no box, but you can, the hand weights will help you get up and get down, right? Another choice, again, with or without the box, is only float one leg, coming up, coming down, and then you can switch sides, coming up, right, coming down, and that's another choice. Finally, again, this can be done with the box. This can also be done with no box. You can grab a band. I'm going to just, for the sake of variation, show you the no box option. You can pick 1 or 2 legs to wrap the band around. You can have one leg down, so I'll show you the supported version first. You may need to choke up just depending on your band. Your knee can be straight or bent. Again, there's 101 versions. You just got to play with it. So you can actually use the band. Ooh, that one's a little tricky, right? To help you up. Clearly, that's not the one that's easier for me. That's okay. And coming down, I do suspect that if I had my knee bent, and I go to straighten, that works a little bit better for me. So again, you can play. Notice I am using my arms. Of course, you can have both feet supported. And then for me, what I'm finding is if I push my feet into the band, that gives me a little something, and then I can use my arms up here at the top, play with it. Your proportions and experience will be different than mine. And then coming down, right? Could I do it with both legs straight? Yeah, sure. So all of those are different ways to kind of play with getting in and out of that teaser pattern or position. And then again, as you get stronger, maybe you go from one foot supported to both feet off the ground. Maybe you go from knees a little bit bent to knees a little bit straighter. Maybe you start using a box or a prop that's lower to the ground, or you take the box away once you get comfortable with using the box or the chair. So all of those are mix and match choices. Of course, which one works best for you will depend on you and your body and your unique needs. But I do hope you find that helpful. If you've got questions, let me know in the comments. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do try to put out new videos weekly-ish when I have time to film. And then finally, I do have a newsletter, which I have linked up in the description. I send out longer form write-ups and content on things like this in the Pilates and the strength realm, a little bit of nutrition, and additional free content and podcasts. So if you're interested in that and staying in touch with me, you can find that link to sign up in the description. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful.